Welcome to another connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King. My co-host Tabitha Odegaard's a little under the weather this morning, so she's not able to join us today, and hopefully she'll be back just fine for our show next week. But we do appreciate you joining us each week as we asked entities from around the broadcast area to come in and tell us what's going on. And today we're going to come back in a moment and talk to Amy Bell about a big event coming up at the South Campus of North Arkansas College on Connection.
Healthgrades, the leading independent healthcare ratings organization in the nation since 1998, has named North Arkansas Regional Medical Center as a recipient of the Healthgrades Joint Replacement Excellence Award for 2012. NARMC is ranked among the top 10% of hospitals in the nation for joint replacement, for total knee replacement, for total hip replacement, and for hip fracture treatment. The best in care is right here at home, NARMC.
When I went to Dental Creations on the square, I had been to 2 or 3 different places, and I could tell right away that was the place I wanted to be. Being a performer in Branson, I was desperately needing something done to my teeth, but I didn't have no room for finances, and she showed me this package plan, and now I'm making monthly payments on my new dentures, and very affordable. If anyone is looking for dentures, I recommend Dental Creations down on the square, because that's the place to go.
We are back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our guest in the studio, no stranger, she comes to see me a lot, is Amy Bell. Amy, thank you so much
for
coming in. We appreciate it. Well, we're going to talk about, is this the second year for the
second year for the Pioneer Wilderness Challenge? Yeah, it's a 5K, walk or run, whatever you prefer. And yes, we're excited about doing this our second time around. Our first year, we had about 93 people do the walk run.
Wow. Okay.
Pretty good turnout, I thought, for our first year. And I'm on the planning committee, and I think this second year we're a whole lot better at it doing the planning.
Well, the first time you do anything, you know, you after you get finished, you know, you critique it and you say, you know, we should do this or this or this, but that's good. So, and hopefully the weather will cooperate. I hope
so too.
You know, you're having it
October 27th.
Usually the weather in October is perfect.
It was perfect last year. I'll say that. So we're keeping our fingers crossed that it'll be that way.
You want it to be cool, obviously.
Yeah, and it was nippy that morning. Yeah. And that was one of the things we decided this year was to change the time. Last year it was 8 o'clock in the morning. This year we're doing 9 o'clock in the morning.
A little later.
Give you a little time to get up and get moving around. Right. Maybe it'll be just a tad bit warmer, and maybe the perfect time. We'll see. You know, we're going to play with things like that every year. But yeah, October 27th, 9 o'clock. We're still taking registrations, obviously, and we're doing pretty good on our registration.
Now, how do they register?
Super easy. You can go to our website at northark.edu. And when you get on the website, you'll see a slideshow, and the first thing on that slideshow will be the picture for the 5K. Okay. And so you just click on that and get the information. Okay. Another really easy way is to go to register-wizard.com, and you can just find our event and sign up for it there too.
Okay, so you can get it right online. Okay.
Yeah, $20. Okay. Whether you sign up the day of the race or the day before, it's $20. And you're welcome to come out that morning from 8 to 8:30 to sign up too.
Okay, so if they see at the last minute they're not going to go out of town, or they would like to do it,
come on down. Please come on out. We'd love to have you. Now, if you sign up before or up to October 20th, we will guarantee you a T-shirt.
Okay.
Now, after October 20th, you may or may not. It just depends on how many shirts we've got and how many people have signed up. But of course, we want you to register early so we can kind of know how to accommodate you. Because the one thing about our race is that it is planned by and it is benefiting our student groups at North Ark.
Okay.
We're talking about like our PBL SIFE group, which is kind of like FBLA at the college level. We've got our Agri department, our Agri club now. We have got our athletics, our athletic groups, our Phi Theta Kappa, which is our honors society, our green team. Let's see if I've left anybody. Our Skills USA group.
Okay.
Those are the groups right now that are participating, and so they're out getting the drinks and the fruit for the runners or the walkers. They're out getting sponsorships for us to pay for those expenses of the race. They're the ones that go out and market the program and encourage people to participate. And they're doing all the work, and it's such a great opportunity for them to get out in the community and then have that resources and put it all together, and then to get the benefit, the financial benefit. Any profits will go to those student groups.
So now I'm assuming they're still taking sponsors. Obviously.
They would love to have more sponsors. I have been so impressed with the work that they've done and the sponsorships that they've gotten in.
Very good.
But I bet they would love to have some more.
You probably have different levels.
They do.
Perhaps?
They do. And of course, then you get some advertisements out of that.
Right.
Certain sponsors, I think all the sponsors are on the T-shirt if they're in by a certain date.
Okay.
And then we have banners all over the course with sponsors' names on them. At the pretty much in a 5K, at the 1 and the 2 and the 3 mile, you've got water stations.
Sure.
And we have banners up there. One of the great things that our students do, I walked in the 5K last year. They are all along the course cheering you on, and it was the coolest thing.
Very good.
Because our course is not easy.
No.
If you've never been out there, it's on our South Campus, which is our main campus, and just for me, the hike up to get to the course, is a workout in itself.
It is.
And it is a grass and a dirt and a rock course, so it's not a concrete flat course, and
Right.
it's hilly. And so to have them at the top of the hill cheering you on, you made it up that hill, it helped me to keep going.
Actually,
it
it's a really nice cross-country course. If you're watching the show and you've never been out there, you should just go out there. It's open to the public. You can walk on it if you want to. It's kind of a joint venture thing between I'm on the Parks Commission.
Yeah.
It was kind of between the Parks Commission and the college and some other entities that got it going, and it's a beautiful layout. I mean, I really like the layout, and like you said, it's actually easier on you because it's they seeded and sodded, I guess you would say, when they first started it, and had a little trouble. Then they redid some spots.
I think they figured out how to get the grass to grow.
They finally got the grass to grow, but
it's great.
Last year they had the state tournament there.
They did,
which was their first major event.
And we have quite a few track meets out there because it's such an interesting course.
Right.
And there's spots where you're passing runners, they're coming this way and you're going the other way, and it's pretty tight. And so I asked Bill Burst, about that last year, and he's designed that way.
Yeah.
To make it a little more interesting, a little more challenging for you.
But it is. It's got, it's not just a flat track. It's got some hills, and you kind of go around. You go through the woods and come back around. It's really a beautiful layout.
It is a really fun course. I really enjoy it. And what you said about it being easy on you, it is easier on your joints than I found than walking on concrete.
Yes.
So that's one reason I really
run
like it.
some myself, and even going down to the creek on the asphalt, which is a really nice place to go.
Great, yes.
But the asphalt is harder on you,
It's a little different on you.
especially as you get older, like I am. but it's I like going out on a grass track if it's laid out like that, which gives you a little more scenery and so forth.
And it's so quiet out there and secluded. It's really nice. And we do have a lot of people from the community come out and use it.
I'm assuming now the starting location will be there by the softball field in that area.
Right. There's a parking lot right beside our tennis courts and our softball field, and that's where you park.
Okay.
And walk up the hill to the course, and of course we mark the starting line right there for you. And you have to do the course twice for it to be a 5K.
Okay.
So I would say if you're interested in signing up for it, go ahead and get out there
and check it out
and walk on it. So, but I think you'll really enjoy it. We had the guy that won last year was from Southern Arkansas, and he'd come up just to run in the race, and he said it was one of the best courses he'd ever been on. He travels all over the state.
Fantastic.
To do courses. So, brag about that a little bit.
So, I'm assuming it is a run walk, but you're also going to have, different divisions?
We do, obviously, male and female, and then different age groups.
Okay.
And I don't know exactly what those are right now. One thing we started last year, I'm not sure how we lucked into this, but our Skills USA students made our medals for us.
Really?
And they've agreed to make them again. So someone has donated the medal, and it looks like, a real medal.
It's a medallion.
Silver, and it's got a North Ark symbol on it. It's so cool.
Wow.
And so they have those for first, second, and third place. So
Very
it's
good.
another thing that our students, are doing to help with the race.
Yeah.
So October 27th, 9 o'clock. It's $20. Register-wizard.com. love to get some more registrations.
Now, some races, and I think I might have seen this on your website. Some races, the sponsors require a waiver to be signed.
We do, yeah, and I believe that's
pretty standard.
Par for the course.
But I just didn't want anybody to go up there and be shocked by, well, we got to sign a waiver. All it is
it's
just
normal.
It just takes the responsibility off of the college and the student body or whoever's putting it on, and says, you know, we're not anticipating you having any problems, but if you did fall and break your leg, you know, we can't be responsible charging $20 for an entry fee and giving it back, and you can't be liable for that.
And I will say, just like any other race, we've got our ambulance on site, and then our EMS students volunteer their time to be out there along the course with first aid kits.
Okay.
So just once again, you know, the students helping out. But I think you'll see that at any race where you'll have a waiver. And if you go to register-wizard.com and you're signing up, you'll have a chance to just check that box saying, yeah, I agree to that liability waiver.
Yeah, I see, and I noticed on your registration form, I printed out one here, and so you go in there and you put your date of birth, and male, female,
right? So
and then
we know
the
what
size
category you're in.
T-shirt size,
yes.
obviously on that.
And we have Fleet Feet out of Fayetteville. They come in and do the timing for us. You know, you have to have a certified timer to do that.
Okay, so you do have someone from out of town?
We do. They come in and do the timing for us, and which is nice to have that neutral third party too. So you know, someone if you knew Joe who's timing you, that may not be the best.
Do they use the button timers?
No, we do the bibs, and they have a timer there at the finish line timing you as you come through that finish line.
I know they do it both ways. Just kind of depends on
the timers are more expensive.
Yes, they're very much
quite a bit more expensive. So we've opted. The bibs worked well last year, I thought, and so we're going to go with that again. See how that goes.
What else? Anything else? We got a few minutes left. Anything else we need to talk about on this? Did I miss anything about this event? Main thing is we want everybody to remember the date. And rain or shine, I guess? It is rain or shine, yes. Yeah. We'll have the event. And hey, if it rains, it might be interesting with all the mud. could be a real cross country. Be like taking a hike in the rain, you know, you never know what you're going to. One thing I noticed last year is we had a few younger kids. You know, my son was 10 last year and he did it. And we had quite a few younger kids do it. Did you really? I think they really enjoy that course. And I would like to see that happen again. I'd like to see us increase those younger runners and walkers. That's good. And it's good to have a full group from the senior citizens all the way down to the kids involved. And more and more senior citizens are getting involved in the walking part. Absolutely. And sometimes running. Yeah, I've seen some. I believe Larry Brandt won his category. And a lot of those senior citizens also participate in the Senior Olympics. So they're used to that kind of stuff because they have runs in competition and so forth. So it's good. We have a healthy community. We really do. And that was I think that was a great addition to the South Campus when they put that track up there. It really is nice, and it was an area that wasn't being used anyway, and it still maintains the serenity and the look and so forth going up through the trees. Have you seen we've added disc golf onto the course as well? So if people in town want to come out with their discs. They're very small little frisbee type things that you come out and it's already the baskets are set up. They're permanently on the course, and so anybody that wants to come out and play disc golf on the course can do that too. Very good. So does the disc golf does it take most of the course? It go that big? It does. Okay. And it kind of crisscrosses the course at times. Yeah, I've heard a lot about it. It's getting to be real popular across the country, and I was glad to hear that was put in here. I believe that was Dr. Elliott's initiative there, that she had played disc golf at her campus in Kansas or Missouri, and so she thought it'd be a good idea and added it. And evidently it's not that expensive to buy the discs. No. And so the course is there, and so it's just another thing we could add to it. Very nice, very nice. Well, I think we've covered everything, as you always do, Amy. I really appreciate you coming in. Thank you so much for taking us promote this. Always. And don't forget the Pioneer Wilderness Challenge. It's coming up Saturday, October the 27th. You will go to the South Campus, right by the tennis courts and the softball field area there in the parking lot. You'll see the signs. You can actually register at 8:30 the day of the event, but they would prefer you register ahead of time so they can see how many people. And if you want a T-shirt, you better register early because they will have a limited number of T-shirts. But anyway, it'll be a great event. It'll help out the student body. They're going to be there. It's all a part of their raising money and also helping the community. So, Amy, thank you so much and good luck. Thank you. And you're going to be walking in it? Maybe so. Okay. I'm not going to promise either. Amy Bell with North Arkansas College, the Wilderness Challenge coming up October 27th. Don't forget about it. Mark your calendar. We'll be back in a moment. We're going to talk to another individual from North Arkansas College. It's North Ark News Day here on Connection.
When the day-to-day routine has drained the color right out of you, let Extreme Tanning help you get back your healthy radiance. With state-of-the-art 10 and 20-minute tanning vents, a stand-up booth, and UV-free spray tanning, Extreme Tanning can help you get that golden glow you've always wanted. Also, check out their complete line of tanning accelerators, moisturizers, and accessories. With membership programs starting as low as $14.99 per month, this staff at Extreme Tanning will assist you in selecting just the right plan. Take your tan to the extreme. Extreme Tanning, Highway 43 East in Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, as I mentioned the first half of our show, my co-host, Tabitha Odegaard, is under the weather today. So I'm having to go solo on the show today, but she'll be back with us next week. It makes it a whole lot more interesting. Plus, she looks a lot better than I do anyway. So, but we do have Matt Shekels in the studio with us this morning for the second half of our show. It's almost been North Ark Day, or North Ark News Day, because Amy Bell was here, and she talked about the cross-country event coming up, the Pioneer Challenge, and now we got Matt Shekels with us. And Matt, thank you so much. It's been several years since you and I talked.
Yes.
You were a young man. Talk about 4-H.
Yeah, I was a little smaller then.
You sure? That's a long. Well, when Mickey Summers said she'd like Matt Shekels to come in, I thought, I know that name.
I
know who that is. And sure enough, Matt was a young man in school and very active in 4-H and so forth. And he came in and talked about 4-H, and we had a show. So he's back. Years he's gone out. He's grown up, gone to college, done a lot of things, and now he's back, and he's actually working at North Arkansas College.
Yes,
and I bet you're very proud to be back after you started there and went to North Ark yourself.
Yep. Yeah, it started there right when I graduated high school, and gave me a very good start. I was very proud to be at North Ark, and after there I actually went to Arkansas Tech and graduated with ag business, and enjoyed my time there. And in the summer of 2007, a lot of things happened. I graduated college, I got married, and we moved to Kansas, all in one month.
Wow, that is pretty active.
It was the summer not to forget. And so yeah, I graduated from Tech, and we moved to Western Kansas, and worked on a lot of commercial dairies and feed yards out there.
Okay.
And worked, if you split Kansas up into thirds, I worked on the Western third.
Okay.
And it's completely different than here. It gave me very good insight of how agriculture works on the large scale, and kind of on the other end. On this end, we grow the poultry, we start the beef cows, and we have calves here. But on that end, they finish them out, and very different environment.
So how long were you in Kansas?
I was out in Kansas for 3.5 years, almost 4 years.
Wow, a long time.
Yep. And the town I actually stayed in was Sublette, Kansas, and I think if you had a mile-long level, put it on the ground, it would be completely level. It was is completely level.
Not
ground.
like the Ozarks.
Not like the Ozarks. No, you go on the highway and you just put your car in cruise control and don't worry about it.
Take
it. Yep. Yeah.
So now, did you? I know you were out there working. Did you go to school out there as well? Or
yeah. When after I started out there, and I started working in sales, and then we also did some technical side of it on the dairies, and started realizing that I wanted to keep going with my education.
Okay.
So I enrolled at Kansas State University, and it was an online degree, and very good school up there. And I actually graduated from there in 2012, this year of May. And in the meantime, I had a chance to come back to the Ozarks.
Okay.
And I actually went to work for a local farm store while I was finishing up my master's degree, Race Brothers. So I actually worked there. So some people may have seen me there.
Okay.
And then in the meantime of that, I actually got to teach part-time at North Ark.
Okay.
And coming this summer, a position came available, an ag position, and applied for it and was lucky enough to get it. And
fantastic.
I'm happy to be
Well, we're
here.
glad you made the circle. And
Yeah, I
came
made
back.
a big giant circle and came back. Yep.
Well, you know, I would think the experience you had in Kansas, not only working but also going to school at the same time, it really helped round you out as to this whole profession that you're in.
Yes, yeah. It gave me I worked, while I was in bachelor's, I worked 2 jobs off as a work study, and I also worked at Lowe's down in Russellville.
Uh-huh.
And I was used to working as I was getting my education, but this time around I had a wife and I had a career and everything going, so I can relate to the students that are working full time and
Very
going
good.
to college.
Very good.
And then also Kansas was very vital just to give me. I got an education at Tech and at Kansas State, but it gave me a lot of background of realistic agriculture, how it actually works. So.
Well, let's talk a little bit about North Ark, the ag program that you're going to be doing out there. They've had it before, but what's the difference? What are you changing up maybe a little bit?
The thing we're changing is there's not a lot of change, but there is. The ag department is we're making sure we're making good relations with the 4-year students. The overall plan is to make sure when students come to North Ark that they can transfer, they have as many opportunities available to them as possible. We want to educate and to give these students opportunities, and there's a lot of opportunities in agriculture. You've got your 4-year degrees that they can go do, and there's so many jobs opening up. It's unbelievable. But the thing that we're changing is we're adding a agriculture North Ark Agri Club. And this club is going to consist of collegiate FFA, collegiate 4-H, and we're going to have a organization we compete with for livestock judging, for all these competitions that they normally do. But the main focus of the Agri Club is going to be with leadership and community service in agriculture community here.
Wow.
And we want to get the kids involved. Basically, we want to look at it, they've got high school, and this is the next step after high school,
right,
before they get to their career. We want to get them used to being leaders in the community, to working in the community, and to make that next step. So how that's going to look is we're going to be anything agriculture that we can. We won't be able to help with everything, but I want these students involved in helping with the fair, helping with the extension facility going up. We'll be helping with that. There'll be competitions that we put on, and one of the main things they'll be doing is helping with 4-H clubs and FFA clubs. If they need someone to come talk to them about how to raise a bottle calf or how to raise this, I want our students to be able to go do that, and it helps both. It helps the 4-Hers and it helps the student at North Ark to be able to grow and to be able to
that
learn
hands-on
these.
kind of do some different things as they're growing and developing themselves.
Exactly. Getting those skills that they're going to need later on. And I mean, one big part of it is for them to have fun. Realize that agriculture at North Ark should be fun. They should meet some friends and make those connections for the rest of their lives. So,
well, agriculture, Matt, I would think is very important in this area.
Very important.
There's a lot of agriculture here.
Yeah. If you look at the Farm Bureau's got several statistics, and but one statistic that stood out to me was agriculture business in Arkansas ranks about 25% of the economy. 25%.
Wow.
So it's a major part of Arkansas, and it's a major part of Boone County. If you look, we've got our main commodities are beef cattle and poultry, and we've got several other smaller commodities that are very important too, but those are our two main ones. And it's very important. And agriculture in itself is very important. They say that by 2050 we're going to have to double our food supply, and Arkansas is going to have to be a very, very big part of that. And we want to train students to be able to be a part of that, to be able to help grow agriculture to where we can meet this food supply for our world.
Yeah, and you're right. I mean, you think about your generation and the younger generation coming up. As we move on into the years ahead, worldwide, there's already issues with food supply.
Yeah, exactly.
And in the United States, we are able to handle it, but we've got to continue to make changes, and the technology will help big
Technology
time
helps.
as we go.
Yep.
As we go, even to fight drought and disease, and we know what drought this year. Look what it did to Arkansas as far as the major crops of cotton and soybeans and wheat and so forth, and rice. So it's something that we've got to deal with, and young people like you and like the young people that you're teaching at the college that will move on and get in some form of agriculture. It's very important.
Very
to the future.
important.
So
very important.
How can the public out there around us in the viewing area, how can they support North Ark better? Is there things that the public can do, businesses can do to help you?
Absolutely. One of the main things with this Agri Club that we're setting up, in order to try to get students involved, in order to try to get them motivated, we've set up a point system, and it's still in the what I call the kindergarten stage.
Okay.
We're still working on it, but it's something that I think will help the students quite a bit. And what it basically is as these students get involved and start doing this community service events or start doing leadership events, they will get points for every hour that they spend doing that. And at the end of the year, the top students, maybe the top 5, we're looking to have maybe some scholarships for them. And this will come from sponsors. And so hopefully from the community, if they want to get involved and to help get these kids some scholarships that they can use to further their education at North Ark or later on, this would be a great opportunity. If they want to contact the North Ark Foundation, Dr. Stockton, Dr. Jim Stockton, he's helping me get this coordinated and get this on the. We want to make sure we do it the right way, and that would be a great way to help. Great way to help. Okay. Other events, as far as just if they don't want to financially support, if they've got ideas to help these kids get involved, different things that they can be doing. They can contact me at the college. 391-3149 is my number there.
Okay. We've got a couple minutes left. I'm sure you're going to be working hand in hand with like the county, for instance. I'm sure it's a big deal.
Very much.
And will help you and help them too.
Yep. One of the goals of the Agriculture Department is to be more involved in the community. And one way we can do that is with our extension service. We have a great extension agents here, and they're building a facility right beside the college, and we want to be involved in that. It's a collaborative relationship which we can work together on, and that's one way we're going to be involved in the community. We want to be involved with several organizations and just different things going on in agriculture. We want to be involved in.
Very good.
And so things will, I've just been started since August, so a lot of it's still kind of cloudy. But as we go along, we're going to make improvements. We're going to try to get more involved. That's one of the major goals.
Sounds like you've got a great plan.
We're getting there.
Go ahead. Well, Matt, we really appreciate you coming in today and being on our Connection show. And we do a show each week. And as you go forward and you kind of get feet on the ground and get some programs going, maybe bring a student in, will you?
Absolutely.
We'll come back in on the show and we'll get the student involved and
Absolutely.
Pick out one and keep us informed on what's going on out there. But very good to see you since the 4-H days when you were a young man. Now you've made the big circle, got married, and you're back in Harrison again. And
that's probably been about 10 years ago.
Yeah, it has been a long time. But we're glad to have you on the show, and it's good to see you.
You too.
And good to see that you've progressed so well and as a young man. You're back at North Arkansas College, now in the teaching capacity.
Now in the teaching, yep.
Matt Shekels with us today talking about the agricultural program at North Arkansas College. And if you'd like to know more about it, you can go out and see Matt, or if you happen to be in the viewing area and you can help out. Well, it's very important to the college, and it's very important to our viewing area that we keep that program going strong and keep growing as we go forward with it. And we appreciate Matt coming in today. We actually had the entire Connection show for North Ark News today. We had Amy Bell and then Matt Shekels, and we appreciate North Arkansas College and all the things they do for the community. Thanks for joining us on Connection. We hope Tabitha will be well. She should be back with us next week as my co-host. We hope you enjoy the show, and we hope we keep bringing you information that's important to you from being around the broadcast area.